Yes, people. Welcome to the Straightjacket podcast 192. We are back, not on Monday, people, today. It is a Tuesday because we had the game yesterday. First win of the season. You know what I mean? Lovely feeling. Spring in your step today. I hope everybody's had a good day. I hope everybody's had a good morning if you're having a morning out there in America, wherever you may be across the world. But this is a Straight Jacket podcast. Nuruddin is going to come in now any second. He's just come into the house. You know what Nuruddin is like, man. He's always somewhere. Nuruddin is called the bus stop for a reason. So if you have these bus stops, right, there's so many bus stops, and every single bus stop he gets stopped by someone. So listen, he's going to be here any second. He said he was just coming into the house now. So by the time he gets here, let's get the likes up, people. Let's subscribe to the channel if you're new. But how are we feeling, man? How is everybody feeling? 3 points, positive feeling. Remember, still Glazers out, but positive feeling today. I've got, I'm good today. I went today for a debate with an Arsenal fan, and I had a bit of chest. Today, so I could debate him. You know what I mean? If we lost yesterday, then I don't think I would have that chest. But listen, this is what it is, man. But how is everyone feeling? How we all doing? Vibes FC now, man. Them days are over, man. Them days are over, man. We don't do Vibes FC. We have to be concentrating. That's what United are now. Concentrated FC. Have to be, eyes on the prize. I mean, we have to be concentrating because any lapse in concentration, the old tendencies, the old ways will creep back into this team. This team is not done yet, man. It has to be week in, week out. We need to see the running stats stay high. Everything needs to be on point. And that's why, for me, yeah, exactly. Still wait FC with this football club. Because I said, you know what it is, yeah? These are still pretenders, man. Ten Hag, you know what I mean, can't just rest his laurels and think, you know what? They've ran for me this week, so it's day off tomorrow. Like, they can't do that. They have to keep this up. It's week in, week out. They've got to keep this up. They've got to keep going and keep believing, man. Because at the end of the day, you've seen it, man. And I've said it for you for time and time again. Is that it's about application for these lot. They have the ability. It's the application. Once you have that application and you have the running and you have the intensity, everything else comes in. Everything else is going to be secondary. It comes like light work, and that's what it is. And it's all about mentality as well. And you see Ten Hag yesterday when he was talking about it. He was talking about the spirit. He's talking about the intensity, commitment. These are words that we didn't like before. But it's the way you do it. It's the manner, man. You know what I mean? You can't just run around for no reason. And that's what they were doing under Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. Just running around for no reason, careless running, freestyle football. And now you've got a manager who's brave now to drop people. Maguire, gone. No more Maguire, hopefully. A start of a new era now. Not trying to say Maguire's the whole problem. He's not. We got Mr. Structure in the building. My light, Mr. Structure. Fresh white shirt today. You know what I mean? It's good out here in the streets, man. What are you telling me?
You know what? I'm on Goody Watch, Saeed. I'm gonna be fair.
Oh, he's on Goody Watch.
I'm on press. I'm still on protest mode,
Yeah. Of course, man. Glazes out, man.
So big up to all of the people that stayed outside, innit? Big up all the people that were singing Glazes out inside.
Yeah.
Big up to the people protesting, innit? So for me, that's the bigger picture, innit? For me, because we've been through money false dawns before, Saeed.
I know, man. And that's where I'm not gonna lie to you.
Celebrate the win. Man. Listen, celebrate the win. Beating Liverpool, anything is a big thing because of the rivalry. But for me, the biggest thing is like we can't forget, man. We can't forget because we need to get these toxic FS out, bro. We need to get them out.
Absolutely. Yeah. Just to kind of give a backstory. Yeah, I didn't go to the game. I followed the empty stadium hashtag. I followed that route. I'm not gonna lie to you. I was a bit disappointed in terms of the turnout when I looked at the stadium or whatnot. But again, each to their own. I think that's going to be a big problem to solve that one. When you look at the amount of people that are day trippers, the older generation, the people that really don't care. I seen a couple of interviews on Sky Sports, and I didn't like the way the tone of the voices. Some of them were saying these owners, they're not bad. It's these players. And I was like, hold on a minute. You know what I mean? On Sky Sports, you're trying to embarrass us here. What's going on here? And Gary Neville should have took that mic off and said, oh, right, next interviewer. You know what I mean? But you know what, man? The turnout was incredible. That whole road that leads up to like, is it the Old Trafford station? The transport, sorry. That whole road there was absolutely.
Yeah, outside the
People
Talbot.
say 25,000.
That's the Talbot pub. Yeah, we were outside the pub and then walked up all the way. Yeah, it was an amazing. It's like about 20,000 people. Sorry, nearly 20,000 people.
100%.
And then more people followed. More people were coming. You know what I mean?
Yeah, 100%, man. Big up to HK Music. Funny how after the win last night, transfer news got quiet today. Listen, man, you know, that's what they'll do to us, man. That's what they'll do. This football club, innit? You know what I mean? When they're under pressure, then they'll bring out the transfer news. Now, have you seen all the posts now? All the positive posts have come out now. They're trying to bring that positive atmosphere, and rightly so, because we won. And we should celebrate it. But, you know, they're very clever. That Casemiro, when they brought him in, you know, when they brought him into the stadium, Nordin, that was a social media experiment, wasn't it? The way they kind of got in there. And then the fans.
To be fair to United fans were singing anti-Glazer songs at that time.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, large sections of the stadium were singing Glazers out, while getting introduced to this new player, yeah.
Yeah, of course. How was the atmosphere yesterday in the stadium?
It was crazy. It was crazy outside. Like, I didn't go in, so I didn't watch a minute of the game. I saw a bit of the highlights this morning and today. I had a busy day. But yeah, I was there to protest, man. I was on protest mode, and big up to all those people that stayed outside in it. I was chilling with the brother.
Was
analytical.
You know?
Yeah, I was with Waz and so many other fans from different parts of the world, and so many different fans from all over, man. Just a lot of Mancunians there, and we just held our thing. We just sang our hearts out till about halftime, and that's what the thing for me was. That was the main objective for me. But big up, like I said, people who were protesting, and people were singing. Apparently, I stand up if you hate the Glazers, in it, and every like 10 minutes, halftime. So we've just got to continue this. Is that
the main aim for you? The message to the fan base is keep the pressure, keep the message clear, because you know what it is, yeah.
You know me, you know how I draw out the show, innit? I always outro the show out. Win, lose or draw, bankers out, Glazers out, bro. That's the thing. Win, lose or draw, Glazers out, bankers out, bro.
You know, it's a good point there, because I think we've always been here and we've kind of been round this point here, and then somehow, you know, the Glazers always seem to find a way to get out that the rabbit hole. This is where I think right now
it's playing the emotions. Nobody wants to think anything bad on protest against their football team. Nobody wants to do that side. Fans don't wake up, supporters don't wake up and think, I'm gonna protest against my owners. They don't think like that. They don't think like that. Do you understand what I'm saying? They don't think like that. So that thing to me, it's like, of course they're going to play on the emotions of the fans. That's what they're going to do, play on the emotions of the fans.
Yep, 100%, man. I think for me, like I said, the pressure has to be still on the Glazers. Like I said, keep the momentum going, and then, you know what I mean, we can slowly, you know what I mean, start to build momentum, Nuruddin. But in terms of the actual game, Nuruddin, what a difference in performance yesterday, man. I couldn't believe what I was watching, Nuruddin. I thought, is this a new team? Is this an actual new team? But it just goes to show you, yeah, that when these guys actually do care, there is talent there. And I've said it from day one, innit? Like, when people say about talent's one thing, but you've got to apply yourself. I've been talking about it from day one. These guys don't run enough. They don't run with intensity. They don't show. They don't win the 50-50s. Yesterday, Nordin, 50-50s flying everywhere. Players having responsibility. Players making sure they play the ball forward. You know, the unity in the team was there to see, man. And it just shows you, now we've got a coach to hold these guys accountable, Nordin. It's so like, and that's why you were so adamant on Ten Hag, is that you've got a coach now who is going to be able to look at this and identify and have solutions, rather than just thinking, you know what, we're going to just play who football. Our plan B is who football. You know what I mean? Now we've got a team.
Yeah, but like I said, I can't be too critical, like Saeed. I can't be too critical of the tactics, because I look at the percentages, because we're at home. We kind of play like the away team at times, because the way Liverpool play, because Liverpool are so more advanced in terms of their team development and the coaching that Klopp has done and inputted into this, the way of playing, everybody knowing their role. So they're far ahead of us. But this time next year at Old Trafford, if Ten Hag is still here, and Man United are playing Liverpool, I want to see 50-50 possession. I want to see Man United playing halfway line, taking it to them. That's what I want to see. I want to see more. I'm not happy with this. Like, and you know me, that's my thing on my show now. I'm just doing a heading, right? I back the manager, but I don't trust these players. I don't trust the players, Saeed. I don't. But you know, yesterday they had to win it. To me, the biggest thing I think Ten Hag told them plain and simple: fans are going to invade the pitch, and then you're gonna if Liverpool went 2-0 up, Liverpool come out the blocks and went 2-0 up. Some of those fans, trust me, they weren't in there messing about.
They were ready.
They were ready, man, and that's the tension that the players fed off. So at the end of the day, we talked about in it. You know, when people talk about Lozano Martino, we talked about it in here. I explained.
Oh man,
I try to explain to fans like the research that I did, the type of profile kind of player he is. That don't mean that he's a world beater, but one thing he's going to give you, Saeed, is aggression. He's going to give you tenacity. He's going to give you a fight. And that's what I always say in it. That's a stereotype, you would say, a positive stereotype of Argentinian players. But for me, some of them don't have it, but he has it in abundance. And that he's calm on the ball. You know what I mean? At times when he needs to whack it out, he'll whack it out. At times where, you know what I mean, your back's against it, he's going to be there. But for me,
he's a warrior, man. He loves to defend.
He's not going to be passive like Maguire. He's not going to be passive like Lindelof. He's not going to be passive. You know what I mean? To me, I still have a lot of doubts over Varane and about his fitness.
You think so?
Yeah, I still have a lot of doubts about his. Listen, for me, I just look at him. The guy who's won everything at Real Madrid. He's come to hang his boots at Man United. Not even.
You know what it is though? Let me
listen. I'll finish this sentence and you can come in, Saeed. Your camera is going a bit blurry, by the way.
Okay.
Yeah. So the biggest thing for me is this: like, when a player, like you, the older you get, the more as a sports person, you know your body. You can only be so unlucky with your injuries. You have to learn about your body. You're not doing something serious enough to do things about your body. Like, he has to do some things about his body. Like, for me, Varane, I expect you at this age now. You're not 18, you're not 22, you're not 24. You're towards, you know, late 30s, late 20s. And
yeah, he's 49.
Yeah, you should know about your body by now. So you need to make fundamental changes to the way you do things outside of the game as well. Like what type of cars you drive, the things that you do. Have you got yoga involved? Have you got Pilates involved? How much work are you doing in injury prevention? Are you even seeking out specialists? So forget about what Glazers, our medical team, how much less money they put in, and they've still got the same people there, or the people that Ollie bought that, who are not, for me, up to the job. Me personally, they're not up to the job. Man United sports science department needs to be A1 for us to compete with the teams or go back to where we want to go back to. But you're a multimillionaire. Seek out professionals yourself. Ryan Giggs did that. Why can't you?
100%, he did.
Yeah. So that's my biggest thing. And like I said, for me, Casemiro thing is still out to me because that guy did not want to leave Real Madrid. He don't want to leave Real Madrid. But when his wages are doubled and he's getting 5 years, he's never getting that from anybody. Not even Real Madrid. They're never going to reward him with that. They're not even going to give him 3 years. Are you kidding me? Against
you know the good thing about Casemiro though, he's not on the decline. He's not showing a decline. I think he deserves to get a higher wage though. I think he deserves it.
Now, Saeed, I've been doing some research, bro. He's been in a decline for the past 18 months.
No, never did, man.
He's been in a decline.
I'm going to disagree with you.
Listen, that don't mean... Listen, that doesn't mean he's not going to adapt to the Premier League, right? Because he's going to have to give him time to adapt. But I'm telling you, if you look at his running stats, it's worse than Scott McTominay's. And what does that say? What does that say?
What did you say, sorry?
Scott McTominay's got better running stats. Then, of course, I know that. Listen, some people say, but I know Real Madrid control the games. I know Real Madrid and that midfield control games. They just has to run as far. But if we're going to just leave him...
But you got to have context with the running, though. What's the running? What are you going
to just leave? But you know what the players we've got. If we're going to just leave him in the midfield and think that, he's going to do it all. No, it's a team game, mate. He was part of a trio. He's part of a trio, some of the three best in the world in their positions.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He was part of like those other two are incredible. Absolutely. Modric is a one-off. Like the only player to win out of Ronaldo, to wrestle Ronaldo and Messi out of the Ballon d'Or. Nah, mate.
Can I ask you one question? Big up to you, HK, Rodri and KDB.run Come on, man. I think for me, running.
Now they do. Listen, HK Music, I love and respect you, brother, but they do. That's one thing about City. Even Ronaldo Silva runs.
But it's the way. For me, though, when you look at what he's trying to do, though, we don't need him to be running around everywhere. If he can control that midfield and that area and that zone and be almost that kind of guy there that we need to just marshal the defense and protect. He's our protector in that midfield. So this running around and vacating position, I don't want him to do that. That's why we got the 2 8s there for Nuruddin. And the other thing that I'm gonna very respectfully disagree with all the wages and whatnot. And for me, like I said to you, I think he's got every right to go and get his own wage. I think he's got a respectable, he's built up his career. If he goes to Man United and they're offering more money, for me as a fan, I've got no problem with that. I generally don't, because I know what he's going to bring to Man United. I don't think he's on the decline. I genuinely think he'd give us another 2 or 3 years. I don't know how you said you've seen that. He was the best player in that Champions League final. Did you watch the Champions League final?
No, I did. Respectfully, I'm gonna tell you this genuinely. There's 2 clubs that I know in world football here. 2 football clubs, 2, right? And their record is second to none. They never let players go who are in their prime. They don't let players go in.
Madrid didn't want to let him go, though. Madrid didn't want to let him go.
No, Saeed, they did. Saeed, they did. Listen,
and even they did.
Saeed,
it came as a surprise. No, it came as a surprise. Everybody was shocked.
Saeed, they accepted.
Let me bring Ancelotti. Ancelotti wanted to keep him. Ancelotti wanted to keep him, Nuruddin.
Right, let me finish my point, please. Right, Real Madrid and Bayern Munich do not let players go. They do not. Players who are on the way up, they don't let players go. 100%.
No, but Ancelotti wanted to keep him.
Listen to me. They only let players go, like youngsters that they throw in and who are not ready, like Odegaard. You know Odegaard?
I get that one. Yeah.
He wasn't ready. They threw him in. He wasn't ready, and the team was still a bit dysfunctional, because they change managers so often. But I'm telling you now, one thing I do know about Florentino Perez, and one thing I do know about the guys at Bayern Munich, they do not let players who are on the way up are still in their peak of their powers. They don't. Now, that doesn't mean, listen to me, that doesn't mean, because now Ronaldo's playing in his 37. Modric is playing till he's 37. That doesn't mean Milner is still playing and putting a shift in, even though last night he got sent to Listen, he got sent to do a bit of shopping last night. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Actually, it wasn't in Manchester. He got sent to Leeds to go to the that Leeds. They still have clubs inside, like a nightclub inside the shopping centre. He's still there in Leeds. He got sent there last night, right? But he can still do a job, and he's a consummate professional. Now, for me, I know our team, they're scattergun, bunch of bottlers. At the end of the day, it's going to be interesting to see how he is going to settle in. But mark my words, and I've said it here first, and you heard it here.
I told you so.
You heard it here now. Real Madrid they will never let you go regardless of the money.
Okay, I'm gonna
if you're at the peak of your powers, they don't.
Before I get the super chat, if we are playing a high line with Martinez and Varane, our midfield won't need to run as much. Casemiro had 5 Champions League and 3 La Ligas. Sancho is on 350k. I don't.
Varane won so many Champions Leagues, and what? Ronaldo's won so many Champions Leagues. What do we achieve? I don't think. How many trophies has Ronaldo won in his career? Nobody's won more than Ronaldo.
Too many.
Exactly.
Nora, come on, bro. Casemiro isn't even close to decline. If he can offer us 3 years, satisfied with that. Madrid didn't guarantee his wish. Let me ask you something. Did you see Ancelotti? Did you see Ancelotti, Nuruddin? Did you see Ancelotti?
Yeah.
He wanted to keep him.
I understand that because he's a leader in their team. I understand that.
Yeah.
He's one of the leaders.
And he's a player that will still fit in there. He would be still playing probably this season, and you never know the next season. We don't know how Tchouaméni and Camavinga, how they're going to play as an adaptation. Why do you think Modric is still playing? Because they're still quality players.
No, because the league is different as well, Saeed. Come on, the Premier League is like nothing. The Premier League is like nothing to do with anything about the way that the La Liga is. And Real Madrid dominate most games, right? It's not as competitive. We all understand that. Please, guys, just get your...
Technically, it's better than our league.
Listen. Just take off your Casemiro hat, excitement hat, right? And listen to what I'm saying to you. La Liga, as a league, is not as competitive. Real Madrid go and win. They've only got maybe 4 or 5 competitive games in the season, Saeed. If we're all being honest, all due respect. They only have 4 or 5 games in the season where they get tested. Sevilla, Valencia is like a war for them. the Basque Country, Bilbao, Atletico Bilbao, Atletico Madrid, Villarreal. That's it. The five teams, other than obviously Barcelona, they dominate because how good Cruz is, how good Madrid, they dominate the game.
But they still have to do it, though. They still have to do it. They
have to do it. No, they have to do it still. But
they do it in the Champions League stage.
Listen, Premier League is so different. You don't get time. You don't get time. And and that's one thing I liked about Martinez's performance last night. At times, he didn't want to dwell on the ball and get caught because of the way it's Liverpool press.
Have you watched Casemiro in the Champions League for you not
Saeed, I've seen this guy. Saeed, I'm not going to lie to you. I am genuinely not going to lie to you. I want you to do a bit of more research just about
what more research do you want me to do?
No, Saeed. This
guy's a world-class player in this position.
Saeed, listen. Was. Let's not get it twisted, people. Was. And I'm going to get to look like the bad guy.
Don't do this.
No, listen. I'm going to get look like the bad guy. But just know what I'm
going to say. You've got an agenda against Casemiro when you don't need to have an agenda. There's
no, I'm not having an agenda. I'm just trying to give a balanced view.
Like that's not a balanced view.
No, the balanced view I'm going to give. Saeed, I want him to come. I want him to be the best player that he can be. I want him to rediscover his form. If you genuinely speak to any Real Madrid fans that watch their team properly, they'll tell you this guy's been on a decline.
And they'll tell you this world class. And they'll say to you, I'm telling you now, mate.
Saeed, I wish him.
I don't want to make Casemiro slander show because, by the way, welcome Casemiro to the football club, by the way.
Saeed, I wish him the best, but I'm telling you now, there was a reasons why in the Champions League, people like him and Modric that were taken off because they can no longer do it. The reason why Tchouaméni...
How many minutes were they taken off and they brought in depth? That's a sign of their depth.
No, listen to me.
They have Camavinga.
Listen, the likes of Camavinga that were bought up, listen, to me, Man United buying Camavinga would have been spending that money would have been a year and a half ago. But the way our transfer goes, scattergun, right? And for me, I'm nowhere in the world. Nobody in world football is giving a 30-year-old guy who's not had a fantastic season. He might have played well in the Champions League, but in the domestic league, he's not had a good season. And that's Real Madrid fans telling you this, right? I do my research. That's the difference between some of you guys who are typing away.
No. Don't put it on them.
Listen, I'm just telling you guys. I do my research. Go and do your research, and you'll be surprised what you find out.
Have you selected his bad games? Have you selected his bad games or something?
No. Yeah, listen. Yes, I'm putting a context. I'm giving you all this context. I want him to do well. I really genuinely want him to do well. But none of you are telling me. None of you are telling me that he's not even getting 3-year contract at the age of 30 around any team who knows.
How do you know that? How do you know that? How do you know Real Madrid would not have given a contract?
That's why he couldn't believe it.
Why did they give Modric a contract? Why did they give Modric a contract then?
Saeed, listen to me. Saeed, let me say something to you now. He couldn't believe Man United were going to double his wages. He couldn't believe it.
No, but it could be an opportunity.
His relatives. His relatives in Copacabana Beach. They're dancing. They were like, "What, Man United?"
Why do we have to change someone?
They were like, "Casemiro, you better take that deal right now. Forget Real Madrid."
I don't know where you're coming from, this Northern. Normally, I can back you where you're coming from, but this one you've had a.
I'm trying to tell the truth. This is another Glazer-nomic thing. Yeah. Glazer signed this guy. This guy, if he bums out, that's if he bums out, Man United won't be able to move him on. It's going to become another Sanchez where you're going to have to pay his wages for him to go somewhere else. Yeah. And you know what the Glazers see him? They see him. They don't see. They see, financial. They see on a financial piece of paper.
Yeah, they see players as assets. I know that.
Yeah, this guy is getting paid that much. He must be good. So that means we can't get any other midfielder. I know how that club works.
Okay, what if the manager wants him as well? All
due respect, Man United have gone scattergun. The whole of our department have gone. 1 minute we're going for Arnautovic, Rabiot. Next minute we're
I agree with you. I agree with you on that point. Let me just get these super chats before we carry on. There's a lot of super chats that's gone through. Guys, there's over 700 of us here. Please smash a like on the video. Listen, me and Nuruddin, we're not even in the same room. Imagine we were in the same room, man. If we're getting heated right now, he's lucky he's over there behind the camera because this one would be going off if I was next to him. Big Dre says Carrick didn't even run when he was young. He read the game and sniffed out the danger. Get rid of English mentality of thinking everyone move. Let me just read some more. Ronaldo is 37, Casemiro 30. Big up to HK Music. Liverpool didn't want to let Mane go, but he wanted to go. Real Madrid didn't want to let him go because he wanted to go. Exactly. Start on basis. He got the man of match Real Madrid last final, and he was probably their best outfield player in the Champions League final. That's what I did say. HK Music, this is wild. Casemiro slander when our midfield consists of Fred and McTominay. That's a good point. Does Rodri run? Absolutely not. He reads the game and covers space. Well.
Man City as a team. Man City as a team dominate the game. When you dominate possession so much, you don't need to run other than press in certain areas to get the ball back. Man United, we're not that good. You are all getting gas after one win when they run around against Liverpool team who are on a horrendous form, who will probably have the worst.
Let us enjoy it already. Let us enjoy it.
You're all getting giddy. I can't.
You said you were getting giddy at the start,
guys. You know what team you support?
You said we were getting giddy at the start.
Are you kidding me?
You were giddy watch.
You could absolutely listen. Let me tell you. Listen, Casemiro at Man City would fit in. Casemiro at Liverpool would fit in. They are years ahead of us in their development, in the way they be coached, in the way they dominate possession. Casemiro and this Man United team, no absolute chance. He's going to find gaps.
You're underestimating the manager then. So you're underestimating the manager then.
Saeed, it's going to take time. Ten Hag's going to take time. It's going to take, and he needs to get the right players. So
yeah, I think you're talking about a lot of
some of the fan base. Let me finish, please. Let me finish. Right. Some of you fan base, some of you guys think that because Casemiro's won trophies, that you can beat Casemiro and all what a road and no, it's a team function with a style.
Absolutely, you're right.
Where City are in their development, where Liverpool are in their development, totally different to Man United. You got people who don't run, and last night you saw when they can run, when they want to run, you see what they can do, right?
Absolutely.
But he came from a team that dominates possession. And some about the way we get counter-attack on at times, especially when Maguire gets back in the team and Luke Shaw get back in the team, he's going to find gaps that can fill the fucking Titanic, right? He's going to find that level of gaps where he's going to have to cover ground because that's what it is. I'm not saying he's going to fail. I'm just be warning you guys, be careful because what you're putting into your heads that Casemiro, no, he's not Real Madrid. He's playing for shitty Man United, where players have zero accountability and want to throw another manager under the bus.
I get that. I get that, Nuruddin.
Context matters. I'm not going to come here and just go, "Ooh, Casemiro." No, Varane.
No, we're not saying that though. You don't have to do that.
Varane, like the Glazers bought some of you of Varane, Sancho, and Ronaldo. Where did we have the worst Premier League season in history? That's what we have. So I ain't getting giddy about overpaid players, overwages players. I am not getting giddy. I'm not. Raul Ranić was right. You get second contracts. You get 23, 24-year-olds who are going to fight and going to try to earn the top dollar. That's what happens. Same thing with what we're getting. Schweinsteiger. I got PTSD, people. Schweinsteiger. Schweinsteiger. You know what the Glazers said?
This is not Schweinsteiger, though.
World Cup winner's going to come.
That's not a good example. That's not a good example, though.
What happened? What happened to that World Cup winner? Cavani came more time in. I don't want to play today. I don't want to play today. This is another signing of Glazeronomics. Try to manipulate the fan base.
No, I get you.
Was never in the Titans. Never.
No, but my argument isn't against the Glazers or whatnot. My argument was Casemiro a good player? You said he's overrated. All I just want to do is just use the Casemiro. That's all. I'm not trying to put it into any other thing.
Didn't say he was overrated. I said he's on his way down in terms of the powers. He is on his way down, and the stats prove that. So you can go and do the research and go and speak to Real Madrid fans to go and see. This is a guy.
Can we do wait and see? Can we do wait and see?
Listen, this is the Glazer panic. They got somebody's name. They're scrapping around. Who can we get? One of the agents, somebody's agents, like, oh yeah, if you double his wages, we might be available. And they tried it, and it come off. And he could not believe the contractor he's getting. Now, I want any player that comes to Man United, regardless of to go and succeed. I want them to do well, right? But when you're thinking about this player, I want you guys to think about, don't see him in Real Madrid team that's full of winners, full of fighters. I don't think Man United that's going to die to a bunch of fucking bottle jobs, right? That we get giddy about when they put in a bit of effort. That's the difference. That's the difference. Let
me just read these super chats here because we want to move on. We don't want to talk about Casemiro forever. Big up to Mamadou. He says AC Milan is bigger than Man United, yet they went down for many years. winning the league or being Champions League until next year. Big up to Belay Visuals. So let's just get back the board. Mixed message being sent out by protesting and then going into stadium to watch the game. Again, each to their own, Belay Visuals, man. We can't control the whole fan base. Man United want to dominate the ball. If he starts to play it, if we get Frankie de Jong with some wingers, things will change. Casemiro's best years are behind him. Sorry, says Mikai. And by your logic, with gaps, anyone would struggle, not just with Casemiro. That is a good point as well, man. You know what I mean? Because any team that leaves holes and spaces, they will struggle. But let's talk about in terms of for you, what did you look like about yesterday? Malacio yesterday. We seen Rashford, your boy Rashford. I have to give credit to him, man. He played well yesterday. He played an absolute blinder. Gave Trent Alexander-Arnold a horrid time. Martial when he came in. Is that the right balance for you in terms of Martial? Is that a bold move, by the way? Dropping Ronaldo and Maguire and then bringing Martial in at half-time. Is that what we want as a manager now, that he makes brave decisions?
No, he has to. At the end of the day, these players are going to throw him under the bus. They've already proven that they're throwing him under the bus. Like, I don't think people realize the Brentford score is one of the most that went all around headline around the world. Not that it wasn't that we got beat 4-0. It was the manner that we got beat. And the manner that they're throwing yet another manager under the bus. At the end of the day, it's simple. He has to do self-preservation. Self-preservation. He has to think about his job. And he's got to think about him coming here. How they lie to him. Yet another manager, these Glazers and the bankers lie to. And he's got to come and do a job that tried to get Man United to play in a certain way. And he's been hampered because they didn't get him the players that he wanted. So we're going scattergun. But for me, none of these players, for me, get anything from me. I'm not here to praise anyone. At the end of the day, they need to own up to fans like me anyway. They need to. I don't know about the rest of you guys, but I'm not here to praise any player. For me, it's the minimum standard. Players died wearing this badge. Players died for this club. Players literally lost their lives playing for this club. So for me, sorry. Rashford, Martial has been injured, to be fair to him. But any other player, the ones who started in the first game and the second game, and who were part of the disgraceful run last season, they got to do a lot to win me over. I'm not praising them for Jack, but we'll see who turns up on Saturday, 12:30. Bottle Job FC or this so-called new Man United now that can run a little bit. Who's going to turn up? That's going to be a thing to see. But for me, they've not done anything for me yet. At the end of the day, we're 14th on the table. Being worst start to a Premier League season. And I'm just going to wait and see in terms of what these bottle jobs, because I genuinely do think some of these guys, if Ten Hag was back, and that's why I want the owners out, because like Ranić said, we needed open heart surgery. 10 of those fuckers need to get the fuck out of the football club. Simple. Sorry for my language, but that's the truth. No. That's the truth.
Great. Graham Degoda says, Saeed, your friend is correct. Buy a player at age 30 is not a rebuild move. Do it the Arsenal way. Well, listen, let's find out what the Arsenal way is, man, because right now it's 8th, and 6th. So we'll see what the Arsenal way is, man. But in terms of, for me, I think, you know what, you're right. In what you're saying there, I think you're right. Because at the end of the day, we can credit the performance, but we shouldn't get carried away from ourselves in terms of, we've seen this before where they've given us one good performance. Now it's about doing this week in, week out. I think even Sancho said it in terms of, doing this week in, week out now. We can't just do it for one game. It has to be a continuous cycle. And that's what we want as United fans. And what I see Ten Hag yesterday in his emotion, I don't know if you've seen his press conference reaction, and when he was on Sky Sports, he even swore because you could just tell it meant a lot to him. And I'm hearing that he's been running with the team as well. So he's getting involved in the training. So I can only, for me, look at it and think, you know what? I'm positive about yesterday, but it just shows you we've almost set a benchmark under it now. How do you then go from there to go another level? And that's what Man United always do. They don't just stay still. They always go another level. And that's what we want to do.
And 100%. For me, listen, I look at these players, innit? And for me, when I look at these players, I think what you did to us last season is disgraceful. Regardless whoever the manager is, there's personal pride. And like, the name Man United means something. That crest means something. You come into a club that were full of champions, people who literally gave everything on that football pitch. and you are going around like some prima donnas talking about the manager's tactics. Even before this game, they came out like, we can't play the way he wants us to play. Absolute shitbags. Like, still leaks coming out the dressing room. Still talking to their agents and their favorite fucking journalists. So for me, I don't forget. I never get carried away by one result. I used to, but I've learned the hard way. This team in the past 3 years, they taught me the hard way. So for me, yeah, we beat Liverpool. So what? At the end of the day, to me, if Liverpool went 2-0, I know that lower tier Stretford and those fans are coming on the pitch. I know that. Like, I'm telling you now, fans would have come on the pitch. So at the end of the day, they have to save their own bacon and their own embarrassment. There's only so much they can go around Manchester in their fancy, hundreds of thousands worth cars and do what they do. At the end of the day, it's simple. I'm not going in on any player specifically, and I'm not going to overpraise any player. For me, they have a lot of things to do to turn the fan base, especially fans like me. They have got a lot, because I've seen worse Man United teams in terms of talent who gave more. Who gave more. Basically, if you compare to the team that we got now, to the team that won the league with Fergie, I say there's more talent in this team.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. There's more talent. There's been more talent since Fergie's team for a while, man, but we've just never shown it. And that's what I mean. You have to have the mentality. You have to have the drive and the kind of commitment to do it. And that's what the team has been lacking for so many years, man. Big up to HK Moon says the team needs more than Ronaldo. Been saying this is preseason. Sancho and Rashford play better with Martial. Are you with that, Nuruddin? Do you want to see that front three, or do you want to see Ronaldo in there? Like, Ten Hag, for me, I think he's going to stick with his fluidity, me, and it's going to work, and I think it will work. And he mentioned it in his press conference that, we did miss Martial, and I think it's a massive bonus for him that to have that player that was linking up play. I don't know how much of the highlights you did see, but the way that Martial got in that little pocket there, played it into Rashford there, that's what you want. I don't think Ronaldo gives you that, and that's no disrespect to Ronaldo, but he's a different sort of player. He's a world-class finisher. I don't know if he's a world-class link-up play, a world-class guy who can get in the pockets. He's not that. He hasn't got that game in him anymore, and obviously he's getting older and older now, and that part of his game has probably left him. But where are you on it in terms of the Martial? You've always been a big Martial fan, haven't you?
Yeah, but to me, he's not done anything in 2 years. I know he's had injuries, but he's not done anything. He's another guy again. There's no trust there anymore, Saeed. There's no trust. Absolutely no trust. But of course, in the way that we want to play, Ten Hag wants to play. Of course, he fits into that system. Of course, he does. And because he brings people into play, he holds up the ball and he brings people into play. So it's going to be very interesting. It's going to be very interesting to see what happens looking forward. I just genuinely think, I don't think that he's going to be here that long. I think he's going to go, Ronaldo. And I think you might even say that, like, some of the players are going to their shell when Ronaldo is there. Basically, they go into their shell. They don't fully show. Like Bruno when Ronaldo's on the pitch, Bruno doesn't even do the thing where he runs around. Do you know what I mean? So at the end of the day, it's simple. And I actually thought a lot of people were overpraising. That's what I'm saying to you with the fan base. It's always the extremes. Like the players have been bad and the overpraising of Bruno. Bruno could have scored a goal. Why?
Yeah.
Rashness. It's still doing the same rashness. Everything's got to be rushed. No, calm down.
He's another one that's on thin ice, I reckon. On thin ice in terms of, you don't know where you stand with him. Should he be played? Should he be dropped? I think he's on thin ice, but he's using Eriksen now in a more of a deeper role. That surprised me. I thought he would have used Eriksen in a more of a kind of the 10 role area, but he's actually using Eriksen deeper. Is that a sign of just how maybe the midfield is in terms of we don't have the balance in there? Obviously, we will get Casemiro, then we can maybe adopt 2 8s, but it just shows you the lack of trust in having just one sitter now and then maybe kind of Eriksen deeper. I don't know, man. But Quinton here says, I'm not scared of big teams. I'm worried about small teams. Even if Oli beat them, we failed against crap teams. I do not think that we played that good. I think it's a bit harsh. I think we did play good. I think we were very thoroughly deserved of our victory. And I think for me, I'm just glad that I seen that performance yesterday. A performance that everybody was fighting. I genuinely am, man.
That's how, how mad that sounds, Saeed. Man United,
I know it is. I know.
Man United I grew up with, that was the bare minimum. Bare minimum.
But you also have to put I get the reality. The reality is what you're seeing now, and it has to be step by step. I can't expect Ten Hag's philosophy to be like
no, of course it's gonna take long. It's gonna take years. It's gonna take years, people.
Yeah.
But anyway, as long as we own by this people, Ten Hag's not going to be able to challenge for any league, even in 3 years, if he's there for 3 years anyway, because he won't.
Yeah.
Because you have to do it as a football club. You can't just do the thing that coaching's going to do. He's not fucking Harry Potter. He's not going to magically make players play amazing. He's not. He's going to coach a system that we might play good football. Like I said, I'll be really disappointed if Ten Hag's still here next season, this time, and Man United are getting dominated possession by Liverpool at home. I'll be disappointed. I will be disappointed.
Well, I think we'll work towards that. I think once he gets his players in and he's got his system after 1 year.
Problem. I actually don't think he will, though. He's got to play like every manager. He's got to have a mix. He's got to have a mixture of things, and he'll have to take what the Glazers offer him as long as they're there. And that's why I'm trying to focus the fans on the bigger picture. Don't get giddy by one effing win against Liverpool. Yeah,
no. I think the fans are just almost happy that they can see there's a clear performance and they listen to the manager. I think most people are still their mind is still focused on Glazers out, but I think just as in the results-based game and what we were witnessing at that game and that ground, there was a positive encouragement. There was a positive encouragement that we see the bare minimum, and these guys did the bare minimum well, and that's what I think most fans are just happy for that day against Liverpool, that they did it, and that's all it is. You know what I mean? And big up to HK Music. I'm in field yesterday. McTominay, Ericsson, and Bruno didn't play that well yesterday. You know what? It was a disciplined performance, man. It wasn't a case of, you know what I mean, doing the most. It was a case of just making sure you're tracking people, making sure that the third man runs from
minimum.
Diaz, you know, I thought the defense for me was a very, very good plus for me. You know what I mean? Seeing that Dalot, I'm very, very super critical of Dalot, but I thought he was unbelievable yesterday. I thought Malacia was unbelievable yesterday. You know what I mean? Lisandro Martinez, man, what a pro. Listen, that guy can defend. You know, when he reminds me a little bit of Vidic in terms of he just wants to put his body on the line. He loves defending. There's not many defenders that actually love defending. Most defenders want to look pretty. They want to play out for the back. They want to be a ball player centre back. This guy is just he's a natural defender, and he's got a bit of dog in him. You know that bite that we needed. We needed that bite.
We said it on here. Listen, we said it on here. We said it on here. The type of player profile is not passive. He's not a passive guy. Man United fans think that's how you defend because we've been used to Lindelof and Maguire all this time. We were just super passive. We just let guys run off them. We just let people just do what they want. No, you're gonna get physically tight. Listen, I see a lot of the comments, people coming at me. Right, what I'm saying to you, I'm disappointed in the way that we're gonna play like the away team. That's what I'm disappointed at. So I'll be disappointed. I'm not.
You know what? You know why I'm not disappointed?
I'm just saying to you, I don't want. Because to me, one of the reasons why I was begging for this manager is that I want us to play like modern team football and go face to face.
Maybe you're expecting too much too soon, Nuruddin.
No. Listen, but let me clarify though. I'm not saying I'm expecting it now. What I'm saying to you, within a season, that percentage of them dominating us by ball. Having the ball dominating us and controlling us, because if they had the better players on the pitch, they would have cut through yesterday. They would have cut through. They would have. Let's not make mistakes about it. If they had a finisher, the ball, their guys were missing some of the chances.
I know, but then that brings a lot of ifs and buts.
No, but what I'm saying to you, no. But listen, it's a Liverpool team that are missing 4 first-team players, 5 if you include Nunes. Okay, so the point what I'm going to make is simple. What I'm saying to you is that I don't care who the fuck you are. I don't want to ever see stats where nearly 80% possession for Liverpool and like 20-odd possession for Manchester United.
Do you not think that will improve next year, though? Do you not reckon that will improve?
And I expect that. I expect that. But in a normal club where the manager gets backed, but he's not being backed anyway. He's not being backed. And the thing about title is like anybody thinks we're going to challenge for a league title anytime. We're not. Because that's
a
football team does that. The whole club from top to bottom does it. From the top to the bottom, the whole club does a strategy, clear plan, clear vision, instead of going around Europe and begging and testing out waters for 30-year-olds and giving them 5-year contract.
Yeah.
You're not going to win a league, mate, anytime soon, trust me.
Big up to Victor Liang. Big up Nuruddin and Saeed. What we saw yesterday is a fight, and I am very happy for our players. We need the players to work hard. Glazers out still. That's it. And that's what I think, the message is that we're happy with the win, but maintain the message still.
By all means, celebrate the win. Listen, any win against Liverpool is a good win, especially their recent record at Old Trafford. It's been embarrassing. Like I said, we were there last season. We sat there last season. 5.
Yep.
So at the end of the day, that's a good win, but let's not get carried away, please. These are bottle jobs still. Southampton's waiting, so we will see. We will see what happens on Saturday afternoon. We don't have to wait that long. Saturday afternoon, come around the corner. So we will see. We will see.
No, 100%, step by step, man. I think, for me, like I said, as a fan and what we saw, we're just kind of happy that we got the result already, and that's the main thing. But do you think, what it is here with me though? It's the manager now understanding what the balance is now. I think for me, he's got to be very brave now as a manager and stick by this. Now play the same team against Southampton. Play the same team against Leicester. While we got one game a week, I would keep the same players. And I know you might go say that's crazy, Nodin, but while we have one game a week, you have to keep that fluidity. Okay, certain players can come in, but I don't want to see drastic changes. If you've got a method that's working, Arsenal's method's working now. They've had the same team for the past 3 games, I think it is. And it's building that kind of chemistry and that kind of, understanding of the team.
For me, the biggest thing is that centre-halves, you can't change around a lot because they need rhythm. They need rhythm. But do you trust Varane to stay fit?
Yeah, this is it. And with his injuries, they're all muscular. They're all muscular injuries. But then again, we need Lindelof to come back then, innit? We need Lindelof. But all of a sudden, Lindelof's got this injury. He'd never normally injured, Lindelof. He's normally quite fit, but now all of a sudden he's injured now, which is kind of, I think, bizarre in a sense. But again, like I said, Harry Maguire's still around. You know what I mean? I don't know if we can sell him or not. Chelsea, they got a bid rejected for Fofana today. I don't know if they're going to be, in terms of their movement. I don't know what's going to happen with that one. But like I said, how many more players do you reckon we need now? If you were just to look at the squad, and you look at what we...
Man United need a striker. Man United need a right back. Man United need a midfielder. Man United need a winger. Man United need 4 players.
4 players. In how many days? 8 days.
4 players.
So what kind of midfield are you looking for, like, in terms of, like,
That's the truth. That's what we need. Somebody of Frankie de Jong's type.
Yeah.
We need somebody with a similar player profile to Frankie de Jong.
If Tielemans came around,
we need a right back.
Diego Dalot came around the corner. And
listen, Diego Dalot, I might have done a little bit, but I don't trust him. Listen, I don't trust Diego Dalot. I think I don't trust Martial to stay fit, and I think that Ronaldo is going to go. To me, I can see Heaton's all right. I'm not worried too much about a keeper, me.
Yeah, 100%.
Neil Ashton, yeah.
Can you hear me? Yo, can you hear me?
Right back.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Right back, centre midfield, right-sided left winger.
Yeah.
Left-footed winger, and striker.
Yep, 100%. Ibra says the manager.
I think he's goalkeeper because
the goalkeeper decision as well. He might bring that Frankfurt keeper in, but I'm not gonna lie to you, man. A lot of people are saying that he's not the kind of he does a lot of mistakes. This keeper, I don't know if you see the Europa League final. Was it the Europa League final? Or what game was it where he made a couple of mistakes? I can't remember what game it was. Yeah.
Was it Europa League conference? Was it a conference final?
It might have been something, but I don't know. But a lot of teams said if you want a keeper that can play at the back, I don't know if he's the right keeper as well in that sense. But then again, when you're looking at keepers now, in terms of what you're getting now, you're getting a lot of second fiddles, which I wanted the Swiss one, if I'm being honest with you. I thought that could have been a good option. But again, he wants to be the main man. I think Ten Hag will still keep it was a Super Cup final. Yeah, Super Cup final. I think Ten Hag will still keep David De Gea for one more season. I think he will. I think the right back situation is a key area. Wan-Bissaka all of a sudden is almost a utility man. Again, we need someone that can be fit and ready. When he goes in, we have the same balance in there. And again, like I said, centre mid, attacker, the right winger. I don't know what they're going to do with this Anthony deal. I think, you know what I mean, when you're looking at 100 million, it's a lot of money. You know what I mean? So I don't know what they're going to do with that one.
So for me, if the club knew anything, I would go and give Wolves 50 million for Neto and then go and get somebody else. Go and get a right back for that money.
That, you know what? That's just crazy. You know, United, like I said to you, they've got a player who is prem-proven. But again, it just comes back to the Dutch connection of Ajax and the manager. Maybe
mate, at the moment, listen, there's no Dutch connection with Casemiro. We might as well bolt the door, mate. The idea
Casemiro's of got you today, man.
No, it's not that, because Casemiro, Rabiot weren't, and Arnautovic weren't. Mm-hmm. They weren't.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
You know, with the Casemiro one, I ain't gonna lie to you. I think some of it does come down to the fact that he's analysed the team and he's seen that we're very, very weak in that midfield. And he's looking at maybe.
Yeah, it's understandable. Yeah.
You know what?
We said it in the spaces. We said Ten Hag is going to learn the hard way. He's going to learn the hard way.
Yeah.
This league, because you can watch it from afar until you start coaching in it and seeing the pace and seeing that you got no time. That players, you got to adapt your game, because you can only adapt to the players that he's got at the moment. And the club are not backing him. He's just thinking, get me a number. Just get me a number. Somebody who's better than Fred and McTominay. And Casemiro is better than Fred and McTominay, but he's the guy on his way down. That's a fact. Real Madrid never let you go if you're still on the height of your powers. The other club can offer them 60 million, 100 million. They'll never let you go.
But
Ronaldo, they understood. And when Juve said that they're going to pay 100, 110, 105 million, they're like, okay, see you later then, Ronaldo. Like, they already knew, like Benzema was a baller. So they were ready to go. Like I said, they don't sell players who are still in the height of their powers. I stand by that. I've watched
this is not the situation, though. The situation is that Casemiro wanted to leave and Real Madrid wanted to keep him. So that changes your whole argument.
No, it doesn't change, because he knows what's coming. He knows what's coming. He knows that he was going to be a utility player, and that Tchouaméni and Camavinga are going to be. You know what's the other guy called? Valverde. So listen, they already got 3 players to replace the other 3. That's what a forward
in the near distant future.
Listen, you're going to see it. I put money on it this season. You're going to see Cruz and Modric being rested for certain games.
Yeah, of course.
Listen. You're going to see Valverde, Camavinga and Tchouaméni play in together a lot more this season, because that's what a forward-thinking a club does. And when I look at this Man United, Real Madrid didn't know what the hell was going on, that nobody's ever getting that type of money. And Casemiro is never getting that in world football. He's never getting double the wages, 5-year contract. On what planet? He was never going to get that. That don't mean he's not a good player, right? But it means that he understood and thought, nah, mate, I'm not. He's got 1 year left on his contract as well. 1 year.
But also, like I said to you, you know what I mean? For his sake, we don't know his ambitions and his motivations. He could also want the money. 2 things can be right. 2 things could be he also wants the money, and then he also thinks that he's got 3-4 more years left in his contract.
All I know
is tell him about the project, and then maybe he's thinking, you know what, I can build something that maybe.
All I know is this. All I know is that every player that comes takes the piss. Most agents laugh at this football club. Most sporting directors, clubs rip us off. That's what happens. And most players think, oh, time to put my feet up there, man. It's nice. Nice. It's already a club in disarray anyway. I'm not going to be asked to play in the big games, and a lot of demands are not going to be made of me. So to me, I hope he's not that. But nobody in world football was offering Casemiro doubled his wages. Nobody. And we've been here before. We've been here with Sanchez. We've been here with Schweinsteiger. We've been here before. We've been here with these type of players who just come and think, what the hell? Like the likes of Di Maria's, especially like Hugo, what the hell have I come to?
But you know what we've got finally, though? We've finally got a manager who's at least a coach. Mourinho, that player, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, that's why them 2 didn't work. Now we've got this manager here who's at least a coach.
The club have got to back him, and they're not backed him. They haven't.
Yeah. Well, I know, like I said,
they've not backed him.
You know, I mean, we're gonna see the next 8 or so days. We don't know what the transfer window is gonna bring. Let's see if they bring any additions in. But Lee says here, Liverpool only had Thiago out. The stats flat Liverpool. We dropped off. If we get signings, I'm confident of top 4. You know what I mean?
You know what, Lee? I don't know what you're drinking, but can you send some of that down the post for me, please? I don't know what he's on.
Top four out of the equation for you, though. When you look at
top four, top four is Mars right now. Man United are still on planet Earth. That's where top four is. Nah, mate.
I still think you can't make predictions about where United are going to finish. I think you need to see more of United. That's the perfect answer. I know it's kind of sitting on the fence.
No, it's not. The data's not out there, but the data we've got is that Bottle Drop FC is here to stay, mate. It's not going. Bottle shop tendencies don't get away just like that because of the one or two good wins. Remember, before the lockdown, we smashed. We smashed City.
Man City, yeah.
We were going to be the champions. We smashed them, and there we did. That was before the lockdown. What happened? Where did we get? Nowhere. And to be fair, the same tactics that Oli played and Jose played, that's what we played last night. Let's not get it twisted.
Again, you have to put the players of where we're doing now.
Now, the players like Malacia, Martinez, composed on the ball. Ericsson, obviously, more composed on the ball. But still, we play counter-attacking football. Real is real. I keep it 100, me. 100. 100. I don't try to gloss over anything just out of toxic positivity. I don't believe.
No, we don't want that though. We'd rather have your opinion.
This is the Straightjacket podcast. I gotta keep it 100.
Yeah. Absolutely. Big up to HK Music. Casemiro was on 200k at Real Madrid, and now he's on 350k. Casemiro still had 3 years on his Real Madrid contract.
Was he?
1 year. Exactly. That was another thing I was gonna stop you on. He had 3 years left on his contract. Yeah,
okay, I'll go and double check that because I read it was 1 year, but I'll go and double check.
No. And he signed a contract in 2021. Again, is that a player that's going down? You know what I mean? The thingy? I don't think so, man. But again, like I said, man, we're gonna find out, man. But when Nuruddin puts the kiss of death on players, man, it's not.
I'm not putting the kiss of death on.
The kiss of death on players.
It's another Glazer signing. It's another panic Glazer signing. If Casemiro came in at the end of June or at the beginning of July, I won't be like, okay, this is something they researched, Man United. This is somebody they did. This is a scatterkitter. Nobody can tell me this was a signing that they thought about. And the way we went from Rabiot, we went from De Jong to Rabiot to Casemiro. I'm sorry. I keep it 100% real. Now, we might get lucky and he still might be ultimate pro. He still might be the guy that wants to demand more from these players and an absolute warrior and a type of leader for us. Like the other guy that he was giving a hug to last night. That's Roy Keane.
Yeah.
But I'm wishing that. I'm hoping that. But I just know it's another panic, Glazer-nomic signing. I'm sorry. The facts, the facts don't lie to me. So I'm not going to come and sit here and ignore all of that and tell you, oh, Casemiro. How easy would that be for me to say that? Oh, he's going to be an amazing. It's the biggest panic buy. It is.
Yeah,
it's the biggest panic buy
and ever. That's why HK Music says it was definitely a panic, but you can't tell me this actually might work. And that's where my head's at. I think for me,
has panic buys worked for Man United in the past? No, they haven't.
But I'm saying, like I said to you, now we've got different circumstances. Actually, we have a coach. It might actually work now. Before, there was no cohesion in the team.
Listen, at the end of the day, Casemiro is not amazing on the ball. He's good. He's a bit press resistant. He knows how to buy fouls. He's quite clever. He knows about tactical fouling better than Fred and McTominay do. I've watched his player. It's not like I've not watched his player, right? It's not easy to get the ball off him, put it this way. He's quite strong. He's got that sense of gravity. But he's not amazing on the ball. So if he needs somebody to progress the ball, that's why they played Real Madrid. 2 guys that he gave the ball to. 2 guys he gave the ball to.
And let's hope we get some midfielders in. Let's hope, man. Let's hope. And let's hope we trust. That's why I said the part of the video, believe in Ten Hag. That's the Straightjacket podcast title. Listen, people, please,
I don't believe in the owner side. I don't believe in the board. I'm sorry.
I don't blame you. Nobody believes in the board. That's why the whole Glazer out campaign is there. But listen, people, we're gonna wrap it up here. Guys, like the video, people. I know you guys would just be talking all day. I haven't reminded you to guys like the video, so it should be natural to you. So let's get the likes up to 400 people if we can. Make sure you subscribe to Nuruddin's channel. We're gonna go live on his channel straight after this, people. Make sure you just enjoy the win for now. But Southampton, bigger test to come. Guys, we're out. Take care. Peace.